As you are already aware, your energy type really only reflects a small part of your overall human design chart and what makes up your total energetic profile. In today's human design video, we are going to be taking a deeper dive into your overall energetic profile, including circuitry, aura, and definition. I hope that this video is empowering to those of you who may feel disconnected from the overall language of human design. There might be some parts of it that you feel really resonate and land for you, and there are other parts of it that you feel completely confused and disconnected by. So if you're interested in all of that, stick around. Hello and welcome to, or welcome back to the Simply CA. My name is Alana, and on this channel you are going to find tools, tips, resources, and coaching that help you to live your most energetically aligned, most authentic to who you naturally actually are life. We do this through human design lifestyle coaching, whole food plant-based nutrition, as well as yoga and fitness videos. If you are enjoying this content, please give it a thumbs up. As well, please click on that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know every time I post a new video. Also, share this content out. Doing all that stuff really does help push the videos out in the YouTube algorithm, and it helps me to know which videos you want to see more of. And with that housekeeping out of the way, let's get into today's human design video. Now, there is a lot of information that lives inside of your energy type. And your energy type is a fantastic location to start this human design experiment. It really does cover a huge range of tangible, actionable pieces that you can implement and you can play with and you can test out in your everyday human life. Now, that said, you are a sum of all of your parts, whether those parts be your human design, language, and chart, or whether those parts be from your lived experiences. You are a complete, diverse, unique, complicated human and soul. But in this video, we're not going to be talking about your soul. We're not going to be talking about your human experiences. We're going to be talking about how your human design might not fully represent, or your energy type might not fully represent your experience within the boundaries of your human design. Firstly, we are going to touch on the aura, and I really haven't talked about the aura much. A lot of the content on this channel has been focused on how you experience your own energy. Now, your aura, just like in other spiritual environments, your aura is the energetic field that surrounds you, that presents itself to others before your physical body steps in and you open your mouth and you speak. It is the energy that others feel first. I am going to preface this by saying that I really don't like a lot of the language around human design auras, so I'm going to pepper in a little bit of my interpretation and how I would rather describe all the different energy type auras. Now, it is important to notice that the energy type can be both how you experience yourself, but the aura is associated to your energy type, and it is how others experience you and your energy. So it is a key component of the energy type. Now, for generators and manifesting generators, they share a very magnetic aura. It's open, it's magnetizing, it pulls people, resources in towards it. Now, manifestors have a impactful and driving aura that can gather and move forwards. Projectors have a focused and investigative, inquisitive aura that can uncover and see through layers and veils. So where manifestors might drive to something new, projectors are more likely to question the current way of doing something. And then our reflectors have a sampling aura where nothing is consistent. It's always moving in and out of the aura. As you can see from these quick explanations, the aura influences how each energy type is explained and how different energy types best exchange energy with those in their environment. For example, manifestors with their impactful and driving aura can bump up against challenges when they're not using their strategy of informing those around them. Their desire to drive forwards, to implement, to push forwards, can be seen as scary to those who aren't ready to make those changes. So when a manifestor is able to implement that energy type strategy of informing, their aura becomes more connected with the correct people, tools, and resources. And then those who are aligned with that manifestor's drive can jump on board and partake and help and assist. And those who aren't aligned can step off to the side and hang out somewhere else for a bit. But the aura is not the whole story. Although your energy type is influenced by and affected by and aligned with your aura and how you best work when you're interacting with others and with those around you, how you experience your own energy could be completely different based on your circuitry, your definition, what's talking to what. So let's get into 3 examples, but if you have your own unique example, leave me a comment down below. I'm curious to see how this impacts and how this is noticed in your own design. I am also going to say that I only am doing 3 little tiny examples, but there are so many ways that this can show up. And if you want to know more about your personal human design, you can click the link in the description and book either a one-off human design reading or ongoing human design life coaching. So the first example has to do with circuitry and definition. Now, let's say that you are a manifesting generator with triple split, meaning that the groups of energy, groups of definition in your chart aren't always talking to each other. And just for fun, let's also throw in that you are an emotional authority. So the language around manifesting generators is that they move quickly. They get in, they get things done, they get out. They know what they're going to do. It kind of just interprets that way. However, if you have, let's say, a triple split definition, you are going to need a little bit more time to process, to test out, to sample before you take action. As well, if you have that emotional authority, you need the additional time to experience your emotional wave, your emotional landscape before you're ready to commit, before you're ready to make that decision. So, for those of you who fall into this or a similar category, this is your permission slip. Despite the language that comes up around being a manifesting generator, give yourself the time, give yourself the space, give yourself the permission to touch into your authority, as well as to sample different environments, different groups, different awarenesses whenever you're around trusted individuals before you commit to taking action. Now, maybe you are a generator and you happen to have 2 energy centers that are defined. One is your sacral, and for fun, let's say your second is your spleen. One of those energy centers is a motor center, the other one is not. So let's say you are a generator with a single motor center. Now, yes, the sacral motor center is the strongest motor center. It is consistent, it turns on, and at the same time, you may notice that you burn out more quickly. You may be saying yes to maybes, and where a counterpart generator with multiple centers defined might be able to push through, you might feel an intense burnout much quicker. Now, I admit that I am a culprit here. I do describe generators like an Energizer bunny. You have a consistent, methodical, steady, and rhythmic pace. That said, depending on how many centers are defined, you might need to be more cautious around only saying yes to true, oh my goodness, yes, this lights me up. And be a little bit more protective of your energy, because when you're protective of your energy, when you are really focused on only saying yes to things that light you up, then you have that true generated energy, and you light not only yourself up, but you light those around you up. And as a third example, let's pretend that you are a projector who happens to have 7 centers defined. It's just that none of those centers are your sacral. You might have tons of motor centers defined, just none of them are your sacral. And you might have come to human design and heard the language around projectors, and you might feel completely disempowered by it. You might actually have that internal energy to do what you want to do as long as you want to do it. And you might have heard the language around projectors being rest, don't put out too much, only work 4 hours a day, and you feel just deflated by it because it doesn't land with how you experience your own energy. And partly what I am trying so hard to convey when I'm talking about projectors is you do you. Do you. Do the things that you love to do. Put your stuff out there into the world. You are not waiting on others to present you with an invitation. Live your life. Do your things. Present yourself out into the ether. The thing for projectors to remember is that your aura is focused and can see through the BS that somebody else has very meticulously put up in front of themselves. And when a projector is looking to exchange energy with someone else, that's when you need to wait for that invitation, because you can see what that other person or what that group might not be ready to have be seen. Now, when you have an invitation, they're ready to see it. Or they're more open to you pointing it out. So especially if you are a projector and you actually have a ton of definition in your chart, a lot of defined centers in your chart, 100%. Do your thing. Live your life. You are not sitting on your hands waiting for someone to come to you. Put yourself out there into the world. It's only when you are offering your sight to someone else that you need to have that invitation. So these are only a few examples of so many different versions where what you see on the surface or what you hear in the human design language might not resonate for your whole picture. It's important to remember that you are a sum of all of your parts. And human design is not a one-stop shop. It is not a remedy. It is not a solution for everything. How I use it is as a language for how we exchange energy, because I haven't found a better way to explain our energetic exchanges with others and within what we know about ourselves. But it is not doctrine. If there is something that doesn't line up, that doesn't make sense, that doesn't land, that doesn't resonate, that is counterproductive, that feels disempowering, leave it to the wayside. If you want more information about your unique human design, about your unique energy, please go ahead and click on the link in my description to book either a one-off human design reading, or if there's something that you're going through right now in your life, you can also book ongoing human design lifestyle coaching. Now, really, it's life coaching. I just happen to use human design as a bit of a basis because it helps me to cut through some of the layers that people put on top of themselves. It helps me to cut through the conditioning and the stories that you've taken on, essentially. And I am curious, after hearing this, after reflecting on your own chart, I would love for you to share in the comments some of the things that you have questioned about your human design, or if you're noticing some of the disconnects in the language and how you actually are experiencing your human design, let me know in the comment section down below. Now, as always, please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy this content. As well, click on that subscribe button and the notification bell. Also, please feel free, share this content out. You can tag me on Instagram at @thesimplyca. And all of that really does help to push this video out in the YouTube algorithm. So not only does it help others who might benefit from this information, it also, helps me and the content that I am producing and putting out there for you. And with that, I've left a couple of videos linked or playlists linked. I don't know what I've decided to do for you to continue on this human design experiment, and I will see you in the next video.